Dylan Mulvaney should be on this block list.
Dylan Mulvaney has now come under fire by a lot of her fans over the last few days.
Just because you are a marginalized identity does not mean that you are above accountability.
I'm so excited to talk my shit because this situation has just peeved me off. I am not gonna lie. And the people who want to just spew nonsense, yeah, I have some words for you guys too. Okay? Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing fantastic. I know I am. So what we're doing today, guys, I'll tell you what, don't worry. For those of you who might not know, Dylan Mulvaney is a trans woman who created her TikTok account and her social media presence based off of becoming a woman, basically. Day 365 of becoming a woman. She has dedicated her entire platform to being a woman, women's struggles, what it's like being a woman, how important being a woman is to her, the women in her life, how important certain struggles are to womanhood, how all of that encompasses womanhood, etc., etc. Basic feminist ideals, right? So Dylan has obviously created this platform to where she has created a community, majority of them women, but has also created a community of where people will feel as if they can speak about women's issues, speak about women's rights, and encourage the continual advocate and to speak up on women's rights. To many people, that's what her platform has become. And of course, alongside women's rights, she's specifically focused on the importance of protecting trans women. Of course, in itself, that it's its own separate, important, unique issue. She has said online towards the struggles that trans women have to face, alongside a lot of the struggles that women have to face. So that is the broad picture that we have of Dylan Mulvaney. And we know that she's also won the LGBTQ Woman of the Year. She is no stranger to the concept of womanhood and feminist ideals. So that is just the baseline of it. The reason why people are getting quite upset, and people want to say, first of all, Kim, who's getting upset? Who's getting upset? You're the only person making a fuss out of it. In the next clip, I'll literally show you some very popular creators that are actively sharing their annoyance with Dylan. But at the exact same time, I'll also make sure to share many of the comments, many of the everyday people, as you were, who also agreed to this. So it's not just something that I'm pulling out of my bum crack, Sarah123454, on my YouTube comment section. Multiple people are starting to get relatively upset. Not to mention that I've recently posted a video of Dylan on my spam TikTok page, which has gotten over 1.6 million views, to which a lot of people also agree to what I'm saying. So
someone I didn't even think of until someone just pointed it out in my comments that Dylan Mulvaney should be on this block list. I don't know why she didn't come to mind or how she has evaded anybody asking her to speak out, but she has. Because I haven't seen anybody ask her to speak out. And the thing about Dylan is that she did build her platform off of her journey, being inclusive, and fighting for the rights of the marginalized. Let's not forget that after she blew up, she went to the White House. I mean, she interviewed Joe Biden. So I don't want to hear anybody say, oh, Dylan doesn't talk about politics. Dylan does talk about politics. And I've been careful not to be too critical of Dylan because I know that she already experiences so much hate from just existing as a trans woman. But just because you are a marginalized identity does not mean that you are above accountability. So 7 months in, she hasn't said anything. She should be on that block list too. Dylan has millions and millions of followers of people who care about social justice work. And in my opinion, as a trans person, it is totally unacceptable for anybody of a marginalized identity to not be speaking up for the people of Palestine.
Dylan Mulvaney has now come under fire by a lot of her fans over the last few days for her reluctance, I guess, to speak on the watermelon place. Her comments have been flooded with people begging her to speak on this, with people asking, much like it has been for any larger creator, larger celebrity. And a lot of people are saying that because she is a part of a marginalized group, this issue should speak more clearly to her, and she should want to advocate for it. And on that first point, I'm very curious to know what you think. But I also think that she's adding to the trend of creators, specifically influencer celebrities, that explode and they grow because people follow them. They make money because people follow them. And then they lose touch. That becomes so consistent that they lose touch with the idea that it is literal human beings sitting behind their phones, liking, sharing, commenting on their posts, and taking action to support and elevate this person's narrative and they're not connected to those people anymore. Because if everybody stopped interacting with people's videos, nobody would be making any money off of them. And it gets really disheartening to fall in love with a person, right? Like you fall in love with a person and their journey and you follow them and you're following them through this journey and everybody begins as a normal person, you know, and then all of a sudden they are hanging out with Lady Gaga and Paris Hilton's mom and sitting down with the president of the United States. And then eventually what happens is they're not answering any of your comments anymore and they're not listening to what fans want. And I think this is a very common feeling for people. We as fans create the stardom, we create the wealth, we create the economy and benefit from it not at all.
People are getting a little bit confused. So when now these pressing issues that uniquely affect and disproportionately affect LGBTQ women and women in general, women's rights, these specific and unique struggles that affect women within the diaspora. For example, we now know that women in Palestine are having to use tent scraps because their periods are coming and they don't have any pads, they don't have any tampons, so they're having to use literal tent scraps to accommodate for their PMS. Or the women in Congo who are violently and systematically and ruthlessly getting mass raped because of the happening in Congo. I know certain words I'm going to have to already bleep out. So I'm going to put this in layman's terms. So I'm going to explain as to why people are getting upset and I'm going to put it in layman's terms so people can understand. Similar to Brittany Broski, if you've created your entire platform of feminist ideals, if you've created your entire platform of supposedly understanding women, recognizing the struggles of women, recognizing the unique, disproportionate issues that women face in a day-to-day basis throughout society. If you've repeatedly said that you respect women in what they contribute to society, have continuously said that you respect the issues that women have to go throughout the world and that you respect the different struggles that women have to face, whether that be a woman in America, a woman in the UK, a woman in Libya, etc. As someone who's also effectively expressed their concern, their wanting to liberate trans individuals, trans women, people who are the most vulnerable, aka some of the most vulnerable people in our society. She's actively said that she wants to protect trans children, things that I agree with. As someone who has built their platform for the liberation of women and for the liberation of trans people, why is it so unfathomable to expect her to make a 10-second video just simply showing solidarity to any one of the millions of issues going on in the world right now? Why is it so inconceivable to expect someone who has spent their entire life, who has curated this entire platform, multiple platforms, on the liberation and the advocacy and the belief in women's rights and trans rights and the liberation of trans women, etc. Why is it now so confusing now that people are now expecting you to speak up on those specific issues? Why is that so confusing? Because that's the question that we're answering today. Everybody's now in my comments, or everyone now wants to sing and dance saying, oh, but she doesn't have to speak about these issues. You know, she doesn't have to get political. Let me explain to you as to why you are just so fundamentally, inherently, lambastically wrong, right? As sad as it is for me to say, and I'll hold your hand to do so because obviously no one has told you this before, Dylan Mulvaney's entire account is arguably political. A lot of people, the vast majority of people consider, I'm so sorry, and I don't necessarily agree to how it is, but a lot of people, the vast majority of people consider being trans, or the ideology of being trans, or this entire debate of whether or not trans people should be in X, Y, and Z, a lot of that is considered to be political. So this idea that, oh, she doesn't want to involve herself in politics, all of this is politics. If she advocates for trans women to be able to participate in women's sports, that's politics. If someone's advocating for a trans person to be able to go into the bathroom that they prefer, that's politics. Do you know what politics is? That is politics. That's why you see so much of it on the news. So why do you think they show that type of stuff on the news? You don't think they just do that for fancy? It's because it's not political. Some of you guys, I'm really seriously very concerned of your comprehension skills and critical thinking. I'm very, very concerned, huh? Because the idea, the notion, the fallacy that she can't be political, throw it in the bin. It doesn't exist. It doesn't make sense, and it's not a plausible argument, okay? Her entire page is political. And still, even if it wasn't, 10 seconds, let me pretend I'm not Dylan Mulvaney. Hey guys, a little bit of a different video today. I've been seeing a lot of the distressing things happening in Congo and Palestine right now, and the struggles that those women have to face. And considering a lot of my platform has beautiful women that support me and resonate to these issues and may be affected by some of these issues, I definitely want to just let you guys know that I show solidarity to these people. It's really distressing that this is happening, and stuff like this should not be happening in 2024. It's really sad. If you guys have the means to donate to any families that are in need trying to escape a genocide, check Operation Olive Branch and check my link in bio. That's all you have to do. You see how that took about, 20-30 seconds? That's all you have to do. People want to tell me, right, I expect celebrities to do X, Y, Z. Why should a celebrity be obligated to speak up about a humanitarian crisis? Gee, I don't know. Why should someone who has quite literally the resources to be a pillar be expected to hold shit up? Why should I expect someone who has the resources, the means to spread a message to millions upon millions of people? Why should I expect someone who has literally a platform of millions of people? Why should I expect them to put aside 10 seconds to spread awareness about a subject that they themselves have built their platform on? And then people want to tell me, oh, Kim, focusing on Dylan Mulvaney, you're focusing on a trans woman. Oh, it's so targeted, it's so targeted. You guys sound so dumb. Like, I literally, can you be quiet? I beg of you, be quiet. I've already eaten up some people in my comment section on TikTok for having this silly idea. But I'll tell you guys right now, perhaps if you guys were more informed and quite frankly, slightly, just a centimeter more intelligent, you'd be able to understand that I have already called out the exact people that you're telling me to. Oh, why doesn't she call out Taylor Swift? Oh, why doesn't she call out her? Why doesn't she call out Lizzo? Maybe because I already have. Maybe because I can use the power of my two human eyes and open them and see that I've already done that. Can you? Can you use your eyes that God gave you? I have already called out Taylor Swift, Lizzo, the Kardashians, Hailey Bailey, Brittany Broski, the list goes on. I've already called out cisgender women who have feminist ideals, who preach about women's rights, who preach about equality, who preach about this and that. I have already called out these people and said that you're being a hypocrite because you are not even paying attention to the lives of the people who are dying in massacres in Palestine, in Congo, in Sudan, in Haiti, in the Philippines. I have already called them out. So you think you're being smart. You obviously think that you have a doctorate degree. You're coming in my comment section, spewing such inconceivable nonsense, saying that, oh, she's targeting a trans girl, as if that has anything to do with what I'm saying. The only relation to her transgenderism, the only thing that has anything to do with that, is the fact that the transgender people in Congo, what about them? I care about transgender people. I care about trans rights. What about the transgender people in Congo that are being murdered right now? The transgender people in Palestine that are being murdered right now? You guys aren't even paying attention to them. You guys don't even care. You guys care about trans rights. You guys care about women's rights until they are non-Western. No, that's not true, Kim. What are you talking about? That's not true. Then prove me wrong. Then freaking, I'm not trying to swear, freaking prove me wrong, Stan. Because if that's the case, then why are your actions not reflecting your words? If you actually care about all transgender people, all women, then why can't you literally put on a 10-second video like I showed you before and show your solidarity, direct some of your audience to donate to meaningful causes, or at the very least, spread awareness so that the world isn't living in blissful ignorance like the majority of the comment section underneath this video most likely. so sorry that I actually have standards and I expect the people with platforms to use their shit effectively. It's a shame that you can't relate. Where are you guys' standards? Where are you guys' morals? In the freaking gutter. You think you're a good guy? You think you're a good guy? Meanwhile, you are so quick to defend the same people that wouldn't even spit in your direction. You're so quick to defend the same people who actively turn a blind eye day in, day out to multiple humanitarian crises. And then you become so blindsided, so twisted. You become so evil in your head to now think, oh yeah, well, they don't have to speak about anything. They're not obligated to speak about anything. You become so desensitized to basic human decency that now you don't even think that the few people that can actively change the world, the few people that actively have the voices in society, you're now saying that those people, they don't have to speak out. Do you hear how dumb you sound? And just like how I said to one of the other comments in my comment section on TikTok, it's not until the war is on you guys' doorstep until you guys will give a fuck. And I actually am praying for it. I am actively praying for it. I am actively praying for it. I'm actively excited for when the war is on your doorstep and everyone is ignoring your screams. Because karma, what goes around comes around. Your silence and complicity will bite you in the ass somehow in life. Somewhere down the line. I promise you that. I promise you that. But yes, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you did like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Listen, do you think that Dylan should speak out about these type of issues, even though these are issues that literally built her platform? All these issues are women issues, trans issues, again, issues that affect her very audience. Do you think that she should speak up about them, or do you think that she should just like pick her nose and not do anything? Let me know. If you did like this video, you can head over to my TikTok, which is where I found... You guys know what I'm doing on my TikTok. And then if you like, you can head over to my Instagram. Guys, listen, you're already here. You see how uncontrollable my mouth is. You might as well subscribe, because you're not going to find anybody else this raw on this flipping app. Thanks for watching, guys, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye.